There he is. What's up, Trey Kaufman-Renn, Purdue? Preseason first team All-American. Showed why, man. You had 19 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists in your first game of the season. How are you feeling physically right now after a hell of a win on the road? But it's your first game. You logged a lot of minutes. How you feeling?
Tired. Really tired, to be honest with you. Obviously, they're an up-and-down team. They play really fast, and I was hoping I didn't get, my first game back from injury against a team like that. Really good team, really well coached. So I was tired. I cramped up there at the end, but I had enough. I had enough to win the game.
Trey, the physicality of the game, I know they went up and down and they played at a faster pace, but you guys took advantage of the physicality. Did you guys sense that you guys knew you had an advantage over those guys? And I know you didn't foresee dominating them on the glass the way you did, but I thought your physicality overwhelmed those guys at time. And, when did you feel as though that was going to be an issue for those guys?
In practice, the 2 days before, we had done a really poor job at Kentucky, and then the previous 2 games that we played were being physical. So I knew when I came back that was going to be one of the biggest things that I had to bring. Getting in that obviously that starting role, being a bigger 4, being able to come out of halftime and be up on the rebounds instead of down by 10. Was really big. So that was just an emphasis on this game and the games going forward. That's our advantage. So we got to take that.
Did you have any second guessing of when Big Oscar came in? Did you have any thought about when Big Oscar came back, how you guys are going to play together? Because that affects you now. He plays inside. It kicks you outside a little bit more. Was any concerns about you playing with another center like that?
No, not as much. Not as much. I mean, we had Caleb last year, so I knew we could get to the kind of the same actions that we did last year with Barry denying the short roll and different types of things. So I wasn't as concerned. But obviously, everything comes at a cost. What we don't have in spacing, sometimes we make up for in rebounding and defense. So it depends on how we want to play.
Hey Trey. There was a point in the second half, the last 7 or 8 minutes, I think you guys came out of a timeout and then coach went back to the short roll action with you in the middle, and you made a couple of great plays. Was that something that you guys talked about doing?
No doubt. That's been harped on this entire summer. So that was the thing about last year is we didn't have, we had a guard starting at 4, Cam, or we had Caleb. Well, now when we have 7-footers there, it allows that lob threat, which makes them help down, and now we have shooters. So it just gives me more options to pass from that area. So I think they kind of just wanted to get in the short roll action. I have my floater, I have my layup. They take that away. It's a read from there.
Trey, you guys have now beaten this team 3 years in a row, and sometimes Alabama way they play and how they play can overrun teams they haven't seen them before. How important was it? How much, if at all, did that impact today's game that you guys have had not just experience but success against these guys, and particularly yourself too? Last year, you're 26, had success against these guys in previous years.
Oh, I'm back. Can you restate the question?
Sometimes Alabama can overrun teams when they haven't seen them before, haven't played them before. Not only you guys played them, you've beat them the last 2 years. You had a monster game last year. You had 26 and a big win at West Lafayette. How, if at all, did your experience playing and beating this team impact tonight's game?
I mean, we know their coach, we know their style, their concepts. So I think that really helps. But anytime you can, when you play a team 3 times in a row, it's really difficult. Obviously, Marquette got us last year on the same thing. So I think our guys did a really good job toughing it out today.
All right, my man. We appreciate your time after a great win. It was a hell of a performance. 87-80. Enjoy that trip back to West Lafayette. Imagine that plane ride is going to be pretty fun, my man.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Congrats.
Is there anything better than the post-victory trip home? Like that's the stuff I miss right there. That's going to be a fun plane ride.